What's up, guys? Alvaro here, and welcome back to the Bilingual Stock Market channel. Let's go ahead and talk about some stocks and about what could be potentially happening tomorrow in the markets before and after the Federal Open Market Committee. And as usual, on Tuesdays, today my friend Mario is going to be joining me. What's up, bro? How are you? Good evening.
Hey, what's up, Alva? Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So, what do you think? What are your thoughts about the Federal Open Market Committee that we are going to have tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? We have two big events, by the way, something that is worth to be pointed out. At 2 p.m., we have the decision of the Federal Reserve when it comes to interest rates, when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
the Fed fund rates. And then at 2:30 p.m., Jerome Powell is going to be addressing the nation. We're going to talk about
Yeah,
inflation, monetary policy. So there is going to be a press conference that will move the markets most likely. So what are your
yes,
thoughts, Mario?
sir. Uh, I think the Fed futures are pricing in 75 basis points for tomorrow. I think that's what he's going to go with. But any shock factor or any surprise to the upside with 100 basis points, we can see the repricing happening. The probability for it is what, like 18%. You can pull up the Fed
I have it here.
futures. I think the Fed
I have
future.
it here. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me pull it
Mm-hmm.
up.
Yep.
So now we have an 82% likelihood for a 75 basis point hike
Mm-hmm.
and 18% likelihood for a 1% hike. What do you
Yep.
think, bro? Can Powell or can the Fed, because he's not the only one that is going to make the decision,
Mm.
can they go 1%?
Depends, bro. It depends. Like, I don't think he's going to do it because he's going to respect what the market wants. He said it multiple times. His decision will be depending on the data. And if he saw this data and then went with 100 basis points, then that will really surprise me because that doesn't sound like Powell at all. But
Mhm.
75 will be the most anticipated or expected
Yeah, most banks
basis points. So yeah,
most banks
so
are expecting a 75 basis point hike.
mhm,
So if we do get a 0.75% hike, if that were the
mhm,
case, what do you
mhm.
think the reaction of the markets is going to be looking like?
Depends, to be honest. Like, let's say, like, we've been trading in this range for a while. Let me pull up the charts
Yeah,
of SPY.
let me remove the
So,
Fed futures here. Okay, yeah, pull it up.
mhm.
Absolutely.
So if you take a look at the charts in SPY, we've been just like trading in a range for almost since Friday. If I zoom in on the 5-minute charts,
Mm-hmm.
let zoom in on the 5-minute charts, you can see like we've just been since Friday's gap down to right now, since September 16th, all the way to right now. If you see, everything has just been range bound. Nothing has been going on. And it's just like from a 382 to the downside and all the way to either 387, they had this false breakout and then like immediately got pummeled lower. So it's just a range bound session, which has been happening. Tomorrow, depending on what he says, that might be the catalyst to either break out of this range above like 387 to run a test to this 390 levels, or break down below under 380 to fill this gap at 378 and go all the way down to like 374 or 375 to the downside. Depends on what he says, to be honest. Depends on how the market reacts to whatever he says, to be honest.
Yes,
The
but
in,
if Powell announces or the Fed announces rather at 2 p.m.
Mhm,
a full point hike,
mhm,
1% hike,
mhm.
the markets are going to tank. So that isn't
Oh
priced
yeah.
in, most likely,
No.
right?
Yep,
So,
that's not priced in, so the repricing will happen 100%, definitely.
and if we happen to get a 0.75% hike, the markets are most likely going to wait for Powell to see the way that he sounds during the press conference. If Powell sounds very
Yep.
hawkish, then the markets might tank regardless of
Mm-hmm.
the 75 basis point hike. And
Yep.
if he happens to sound dovish,
Mm-hmm.
then maybe the markets can rally on a 0.75 increase, right?
Maybe possible. Like as I said before, in previous FOMC, the last FOMC which we got, the VIX was not at 27. We still had like $5 move to the upside and downside at that point. SPY had a massive gap up. They gapped it lower and then like pushed it back all the way to the same place where it was trading before. So it was last FOMC and VIX was not at 27. This VIX is at 27. So we can easily see swings from 380 to like 390 all the way back to
My
380
goodness,
again.
unbelievable.
So
Roller
mhm,
coaster mode,
yep.
100%. But
Hmm.
um, so what's the argument of the bulls over here? So we're going to have a dovish Powell, but Powell has sounded very hawkish, Mario, on the last three occasions that he has spoken publicly. So why would he sound dovish tomorrow?
Yeah,
So what?
it's just delusion at this point. Not gonna lie,
Correct.
the bulls are looking for at least something to spark a rally to the upside. That's what's been going on. I'm not bullish when price is under 400, and we might run all the way up to 397 in case of a really bullish day tomorrow, which I doubt happening, but I'm not ruling it off the cards. If they break about 390 after Powell, they can easily run a test to 397 in upcoming days to test that trend line from June lows. That is still in cards. That is still possible. I'm not ruling it out completely. But
Absolutely.
in case like these, I mean, if they're still expecting Powell to be dovish, and these are the same people who said don't fight the Fed all the way to 2020 to
Correct.
2021, by the way.
The pivot is coming. The pivot is
Yep.
coming.
Hmm. It's not coming. Yeah, where it's coming.
No,
He's
that's what
not.
they were saying.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
know that it isn't coming, right?
Yep. Hmm.
Take a look.
Exactly.
Can you please pull up a chart of the 2-year yield?
This is the 10-year.
Yeah,
Let me pull up the US2 year.
yeah. Pull up the 2-year. So this is
Uh,
the guys. You guys need to understand that you guys are watching this video, right? So the 2-year yield is basically the let's say the economic reference for the Federal Reserve when it comes to hiking rates. I can pull it up here, Mario. Let
you
me
got
move
it.
it over here. Yeah, the 2-year yield. Do you have it there?
No, I'm pulling it up right now. I'm pulling that
Okay.
indicator which gives me the 10-year and 2-year.
So the 2-year yield is almost sitting at 4%, Mario. So that implies that the Fed is
Wow.
way behind the curve, like way behind the curve. They
Yep.
should be trying to match the 2-year yield.
They should
So
be.
I don't want to sound, like the doomsday guy, but I wouldn't rule out a 1% hike tomorrow. I wouldn't rule it out, even though, yeah, what the markets are pricing in as of now is a 75 basis point hike. And if
Mm-hmm.
that were the case, then
Mm-hmm.
as we already discussed over here, the
Mm-hmm.
markets are going to be waiting for the press conference in order to determine what Jerome Powell are we dealing with, the
Yep.
Duff or the Hawk. And I think they are going to get the Hawk,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
They're, yeah, I'm
So,
pretty sure we are gonna get a hawk because
mhm,
it's not about, I mean, if you think about it, he's been hawkish for a while now. If he
mhm.
becomes dovish now, I don't know with which phase he's gonna be dovish because he messed up. Like there is nothing to feel optimistic about at this point. He has to be a hawk. He has to go strong against inflation in order to bring it down.
Mhm.
One
Absolutely.
thing which I found interesting about last week, he gave a meeting with Fed Now. I think last Tuesdays, no, last Thursdays. Like he gave a press conference. He clearly said something which actually sounded interesting. He was like, the only thing which Powell is scared of right now, this is from Powell, by the way. He said, like, we don't want to get into a situation where people get used to this 8% inflation and start saving their money and not spending too much. If
Mhm.
that happens, that's going to be a very difficult job for Fed to overcome because when people get used to a higher inflation environment, it's going to be a
The
very difficult
psychology
job
of
for Fed.
inflation, correct? The
Yep.
psychology of inflation.
Hmm.
That's the Federal Reserve worst enemy as of now. Right?
Yep.
The public enemy number one of the Fed. So I am
Hmm.
showing the guys as of now the 2-year Treasury yield. It closed today at 3.97%. So
Wow.
the proof is in the pudding, bro. The Fed is way behind the curve. So
Yep.
let's not rule out a 1% hike tomorrow. And if we get a 0.75% hike, let's
Hmm.
see what we get 2:30 p.m. The Dove or the Hawk? And
Hawk.
the Hawk, most likely. Let's go ahead and take a look, bro, at Triple Q. What do you think about the technology people?
Triple Q. Let's see. Triple Q is done considerably well compared to that of the SPY today. That's pretty surprising compared to the how yields performed, how the
Keep in
yields
mind,
gapped up
guys.
today.
I don't know if some of the guys that are watching this video know this. So Triple Q tracks the Nasdaq 100. Okay,
Yep,
the Nasdaq 100 is as of now trading below 12,000 points. So that's very but very negative. That's very but very bearish. So from that perspective, and taking into account that we are in a major downtrend, the sellers are in control of the Triple Q. And that implies that most likely any attempt of rallying in the Triple Q is going to be sold. So keep that in mind,
exactly.
guys. Mm-hmm.
hmm
Okay,
So
Triple Q.
Triple Q, same price action as SPY, range bound, completely not doing anything between like 290 to the upside to 285 to the downside is what's been going on since Friday. At least they formed they are trying to form I don't know if you can call it a higher low in smaller time frames, but doesn't really matter because like if you zoom out a bit, all I can see is a consolidation in a bearish flaggish pattern before them
Mm-hmm.
pummeling into this box at around 270 to 280 zone, 277 to 280 zone. So it depends on what he says tomorrow. The price might break out above this highs at 291 to run a test to 293.50 in case of a bullish day. And if he comes out hawkish, we can see it breaking under 285 and marching towards 280 easily.
So 281, Hawk. 293, Duff.
Yeah, and more or less, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's just put it that way. If we get the
Yeah.
Hawk, 277, 281 would be in the cards. If we happen
hmm
to get the Duff, then we're looking at 293, maybe 296, something like that.
Yep.
There you go.
So we
Perfect.
gotta wait and see what's gonna happen. That's why I posted to the members as well. Like,
Yeah.
if you're a conservative trader, wait for what he says, listen to whatever he says, and then take the trades based off of it. You don't have to be the first to enter the trade. Just like
Do you
take a step
recommend
back.
buying calls or puts into the Federal Open Market Committee?
I did ask them, to go longer to 382 today. And I even literally mentioned if you're an aggressive trader, you can take it here. If you're not, you can wait for Fed and see what they're doing and then take trades based off of what they're doing.
Right.
Since I'm not an aggressive trader, I step back, waiting to see what he's going to say tomorrow
Yeah.
morning. Depends on what he says. You can take it from there.
When you say aggressive trader, you mean gambler,
No,
which none of
like
us, which none of us are.
no, no, but aggressive traders, I mean like are traders who wants like in and out, like scalping or day trading sort of
Yeah.
thing. They just looking for a bounce from that particular price point. Once they see the bounce, they're out sort of
A bunch
traders.
of contracts out of the money weekly, in and out.
No, no, not like that. Yeah, anyway, like we're looking for a bounce from that price, right? Because we know that 382 level is important. It's been tested as support multiple times in SPY until now. Let me show you the charts. You
Yeah,
can
I
see it
went long
clearly.
SPY today at 382. Good trade from
Yep,
there. Yeah, I made some
exactly.
bucks
So
over there. I day traded the SPY today with puts,
mhm,
obviously to the downside, and then I was able to catch this bounce from 382, which was an
mhm,
important level. We was talking about this
yep.
level on Discord. Yeah.
hmm So 382 was pretty important. So by aggressive traders, what I mean is like they just need that quick bounce. Once they hit that important support levels, you'll see the buyers and you'll see the candle rip again at the same point. The aggressive traders means like who want to capture that bounce, you can trade in, or you can just wait until bubble and you can see the reaction after that, and then you can enter the trade based off of it, sort of thing.
Perfect. Perfect. There you go. Beautiful.
Mhm.
What about Apple, bro? Please, let's wrap it up with Apple and Tesla Mayesla.
Bro, this son of a bitch, man, like it pissed me off today with my shots, not gonna lie. Apple,
I gotta
man,
be
like
honest with you, man. I do respect this stock a lot. So the very last trade that I took on Apple was a
Mhm,
trade with put options when it was at
mhm,
175 bucks
mhm,
and change. It was very
mhm,
overbought, so that
mhm,
was a trade that offered me, an acceptable risk and reward
mhm.
ratio. So I ended up taking the trade. But this is a stock that I respect a lot, bro. Like a lot.
I respect it as well, but it actually made me double think or like triple think or triple guess the short position which I had on SPY when it broke under 384.20 in the morning, because like the Apple was pushing higher and higher, and and when Apple goes, so does the market, right? So Apple was
Yeah.
not showing any signs of weakness in the morning. So
Mhm.
I was kind of skeptical about my short position, which I planned on SPY. I had like 3 contracts and it made me sell out of 2 and just hold on to 1. I just reduced the position sizing because just in case if Apple rips and then like SPY takes off about 385.30, then it's a failure. So like Apple had a really decent day compared to the market. You can see that's the only outperforming stock in the tech space. Like all the other big techs are down. Amazon is down, Google is
Yep.
down, Meta,
Yeah, the
Microsoft,
only yeah, I
Netflix.
mean all the big tech stocks went down today, other than Apple.
Yep. Apple is
So
the only thing which was up, to be
yeah,
honest. So,
it said
and
the
they
day
were up
clearly. Yeah,
big. They were up big time, one and a half
yeah.
percent up. So yeah, like maybe if Powell comes out like dovish tomorrow, we can see 160 in Apple. We'll never know.
160. Wow, that would
Yep.
from 156. Correct.
Yep.
There you go. If Powell happens to tank the markets, what are we looking at? 152 maybe.
Yeah, they will reverse everything which they made in the past 2 days.
There you go.
Yeah,
They
they
would
will
erase those.
easily reverse. Yep,
They
easily to
would they would
151.
erase those gains. I agree on that.
Yep,
There you go.
easily
Awesome.
get back to like 150, 150-ish, erase everything which they made today and erase everything which they made yesterday. So it's totally possible.
There you go. What about Tesla, bro?
So
Before we wrap it
Tesla.
up, what a
So yeah,
beast, man!
it's
Unbelievable.
mhm,
Take a look at that resistance, man. 313
yeah.
bucks.
If I switch to smaller time frames, you can see it even clearer. So
Mhm.
there you go. That 313, 312, 312 or 50-ish range. They couldn't break above it. They came back all the way back down. Now sitting near that 305 levels. It depends on what Powell says again. Like if Powell comes out bullish, if we take out the highs of today, which is currently at 313.50-ish, like if they take it out, we can run a test to 318, and about 318, we're looking at 325. And to the downside, we got to see where the moving averages are. Yes, to the downside, we can come run a test to 300 or all the way back down to 392 to run a test to that 200-day moving average.
But if you wanted to take a trade here, um, once the market opens,
Mhm.
305, right? If that support happens to be held,
Uh, yes, 305
then
is the 5-day moving average.
there you
Yes.
go. Or maybe boots at around 313. If that,
Yep.
yeah, if that's a spot in which the bulls fail at,
Hmm.
once the trading session opens. There you go, Mario.
Agree.
So we are
Yep.
going to have a lot of fun tomorrow for sure.
Hmm.
Please tell the
Yes,
guys
sir.
about your Patreon and about your YouTube channel.
Yes, I do have a Patreon. I do have a YouTube channel. Link is down below in the description. You get daily analysis on SPY and QQQ on a real-time basis. And you also get evening notes on whatever happened during the
Can you please
sessions.
maximize your screen, Mario?
Oh, yes, sure.
Yeah.
Just a minute. So,
Yeah.
yes,
So
if
you
you
guys have,
guys are interested, go
yeah,
ahead,
down
check it
below,
out.
you have the
Hmm.
links for his Patreon, 3 tiers, and his
Hmm.
YouTube channel. Mario is posting very, but very funny videos about the markets. And you also have very good information about the vertical spreads.
Yep.
There you go.
Hmm.
So the links are down below in the description box. And tomorrow we are very likely to say at the end of the trading session, Mario, what a day, what a day. So let's see what happens, bro. So
Yes.
what do you think? 1% or 0.75?
I'm going with 75 based on the probability.
Okay. I am going with 1%.
All right.
See you at
Of
3,700.
course. Of course you do.
Bye, guys. Take care. See you. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye bye. Take
Mhm.
care. Have a good one.
Yes, I